So from the hotel, got a good view of the park. Got the maintenance guy doing the track walk over there. He's going over that final speed hill right now. So it's Lone Star Coasterthon weekend here at Six Flags Over Texas. And I walked over. I stayed at the Ranger Inn and Suites and just walked over. They have not opened the parking yet. They're about to. And inside the park now. Got 15 minutes till the ERT starts. Or no, 15 minutes till breakfast starts. Then 30 minutes later is the ERT. So I've done 8 rides in 40 minutes. About to do number 9. I've been able to stay on the train. Although after those 8 rides, I decided to go ahead and walk around. It's my favorite ride in the park, and this is so rare. I just got to take advantage of it. I'm gonna be able to get 10 rides before park opening, official opening. So I finished the ERT session with 12 laps on Mr. Freeze. You get such great sustained floater airtime. Because of those LAM boosts, you get incredible sustained floater airtime, about 6 seconds. So this is the reason why I didn't keep riding. I could have kept going. 12 rides during ERT, but we get the behind the scenes tour here. So during ERT, we actually had access to not just Mr. Freeze, but also Mini Mine Train, Judge Roy's Scream, and I think Aquaman. But I just spent the whole time here. So it just hit noon and I've already got 15 rides today. That has surpassed what I got the entire weekend of Worlds of Fun opening weekend. That place is a mess. And here, everything's running great.
This is a working model of a Joker that's this 4D. That's really cool. That's really cool.
All the auction items. Tighten up stuff. Batman guide wheel, Shockwave guide upstock wheel. Old Aquaman guide wheel. New Texas Giant. Flashback boomerang. Astro World Excalibur brake cylinder. Oh my gosh, I might have to put in a bid for that. Old Aquaman lift board. Superman bearing. So that's the end of a great first day of Lone Star Coasterthon. Got 2 great ERT sessions. They fed us dinner. Got meal vouchers. I didn't even use one of them today. May use both tomorrow. As the copyrighted music blares at top volume. So during the evening ERT session, I got 6 rides on Titan, 6 rides on New Texas Giant. I had done New Texas Giant once right before the official park closing, then 6 times during the ERT, and 5 in a row at the very end of the night. So I ended the day with 10 total on Titan, 14 total on Mr. Freeze. 12 of those were during the morning ERT session. And that was good because Mr. Freeze broke down and was down for, I think, the entire second half of the day. And Titan I'd only done once early, the way that they pack out that station during the day. But during ERT, we were able to just stay on the train as much as we wanted. So day 2 of Lone Star Coasterthon. I wouldn't doubt that a lot of people are just not going to bother with coming today. I actually heard a couple people say that. And that's because it's supposed to be rainy for a few hours. It's drizzling right now. And it's gonna be chilly all day, but I'm from Oklahoma, I can handle the cold. We're used to it up there. Our morning ERT is on a couple of the indoor rides, so that'll work out perfect. And for those people who decided not to come today, they might miss out on a perfect day. Not just for us people with Lone Star Coasterthon, which our lanyards do act as a flash pass, but even if you don't have it, a day like this might be really light crowds. Yeah, they're doing lights on for us during the last half of the ERT. That was nice of them to give us something a little different for it. During the ERT time, I got 12 rides on Runaway Mountain. That's all I've done. Just stayed here. It's raining, it's cold, so I wasn't doing Aquaman. Now, morning rain rides on New Texas Giant. No surprise it's riding a little slow. But it's always great. I don't care what anyone says. This is a great ride. May not be my favorite in the park. That's Mr. Freeze, but not by a lot. You can definitely tell it's riding a bit sluggish. I can't thank the Six Flags Over Texas staff enough for what they did, these tours that they took us on, everything they did with this entire Lone Star Coasterthon event. Yeah, HoliWood Nights, yeah, eat your heart out. This is the premier coaster event to go to. Quite frankly, I didn't think HoliWood Nights was really that great anyway. I've enjoyed all my Six Flags coaster events, whether it be Fiesta Texas or here. But HoliWood Nights just didn't do it for me. They got good rides, but just way too busy. It was raining earlier, but it was really mostly just drizzles, although we did have our indoor thing that we did for about an hour. Maybe it rained a little more then. But it definitely has kept the crowds away. Batman the Ride, you can just stay on it and keep riding it as much as you want. I did 4 in a row. Time for a break though. It does ride a little shaky here, so only so much of it I can handle. It can be hard to avoid the headbanging if you don't know how to do it. The flash pass is really weird. You got to go down this awkward pathway where they're going. Yeah, skies have really cleared. The forecast was for rain all day, but that changed. Well, that was a new personal high for me. 7 rides in a row on Shockwave without getting off. I did switch seats a few times. The most I've ever done in a row without getting off a train was 6, and that was on El Toro. And that's with Shockwave on 1 train ops as well. Makes sense for Shockwave to go to 1 train. In fact, Batman the Ride should have gone to 1 train. They're begging people to stay on for another ride. I did 4 in a row. They were on 2 trains for some reason. Mr. Freeze went down to 1 train, so it's got a little bit of a line. The only ride in the park that has a line. This ride is so good with the forceful double loops. Causes some people to gray out. I never have. And then these shallow drops mid-ride, providing the most insane ejector air time if you're towards the back of the train. But this drop here is always the craziest. A couple of my rides were 4th from the back, and even those provided incredible air time on those 2 mid-ride shallow drops. 1 hour left. see how much more I can get done. So that's a wrap from Lone Star Coasterthon 2023, the best coaster event I've ever been to. Didn't think anything could top the ones at Fiesta Texas, but this one did. And they all top HoliWood Nights. Finished the day with 9 on New Texas Giant, 19 in total for the weekend. I got over 40 rides both days. Didn't really even need Fast Pass today, Flash Pass, even though it came with our lanyards. Today, with the cold day and drizzly in the morning, hardly anyone showed up. Those are always good days to come to the parks, because a lot of times the rides will still run if it's just rain, especially if it's just drizzle. Some rides might not be able to operate, but a lot of them can. And you got no lines. And then today, clear skies in the late afternoon and evening. And my lifetime ride count on New Texas Giant and I believe Mr. Freeze have surpassed Iron Gwazi, Kumba, and Mako. So those will now be my 3rd and 4th most ridden coasters. So I debated whether or not to do Lone Star Coasterthon, considering I can come to this park pretty much any weekend I want. But I'm really glad I did. It was definitely worth the extra money. Even though I've ridden all these rides so many times, it was worth it. For all the extras that you get, the behind the scenes tours, into the restricted access areas. And they feed you. You get the exclusive ride times, 3 sessions, the Flash Pass, which, as I said, didn't really need Flash Pass today, but it certainly came in handy yesterday. And after the disappointment of Worlds of Fun's opening weekend 2 weekends ago, this was really refreshing. Like I said, I think Worlds of Fun will get their act in order. That was just rough. Kind of wish I didn't go, because I've always had a good experience there. That's the first bad experience I've had, although I wouldn't say bad, it just wasn't as good as it usually is. But this park, it's like I always have a great time at this park, even when it's super busy. It feels like my home park. Even though Frontier City technically is, I come here way more often. And I almost went the wrong way. As many times as I've come to this park, I still sometimes take wrong turns. So that's it from Six Flags Over Texas on this trip. No doubt I'll be back soon.